Hello, world. I don't know why this surprised me, but Japan is a snowy place.
Yes, Japan,
Like it straight up
snowiest
has
place
the
in
top
the
three
world.
snowiest cities in the world.
Yes.
I'm from Canada, and I was so used to hearing that we're a cold and snowy country that I thought we'd have Japan beat. I was wrong. At least about the snowy
I
part.
really want to
Although
go
we do
to
have two cities in
Japan
fourth and
and
fifth
see
spot,
the beautiful
so not
snowy region
completely wrong.
in the
But I
north.
want to be clear. Aomori is the snowiest city with over 100,000 people in the world. But there are plenty of areas that get more snow. It's just that they're not major population centers.
Wow, that is cool. Very
100,000
beautiful.
residents can be quite different
I just would
from what you
definitely
get
go
when there's 100
like in the
or
beginning
1,000.
or end of winter because I
So how
don't
much
like
snow
cold
does Aomori City
temperatures
get?
that much. So
Well,
it's better
this is a tricky
when
one.
it's a
And if
little
you look at
warmer out.
articles, you'll get numbers that range from 6 meters, or 20 feet,
Wow,
up to 8 meters,
26
or
feet.
26 feet.
Oh
They're
my
all
gosh.
kind of right. That's because Aomori City covers a large and geographically diverse landscape. First off, you have the Bay Area, which tends to be warmer and wetter.
See, warmer and wetter.
Along the west and the east, there's not many
Brings
people
about
living
cold
there.
temperatures.
Trust
We
me, I
discussed
went by
this
train
in
just
our
to see.
last
But in the
video.
center of the harbor lies the main part of the city where the majority of people live. As of March 1st, 2022, it had snowed 579 centimeters. Then you have the airport, which is nearly in the mountains at 198 meters above sea level.
Wow.
It received
Look
the most
at
snowfall
how
out
many
of any
machines
airport in
they
Japan.
have.
As of March 1st, it racked up 634 centimeters.
Oh my
But if you really go up
beauty.
into the
Oh my
mountains, like
gosh.
Mount Hakoda at 1,584 meters, you'll get way more snow, as in
What
1,306
is that
centimeters,
about?
or
That is
43
cool.
feet.
The
And
trees
yes,
are
this is
covered
still
like
technically
that,
the city
I
of
think?
Aomori.
Oh no.
So when you say Aomori City, it really depends on what part of it you're talking about. However, I think it's safe to say that whichever part of the city you measure,
It's so much snow that I bet you have to clear the snow from the top of your home, otherwise it might cause a lot of weight to accumulate on your house and potentially have a cave in. Like, I wonder if that's a problem and the extent of that as being a problem. Because snow, when it's a lot of snow, it really accumulates to weigh a lot. Especially if it's got a high moisture
When we
content.
arrived, it was roughly halfway through the snow season and not quite yet
Water
at peak
is
snow.
heavy.
And to my
If it's very
consternation,
dry
it was a sunny
snow,
day
it's a
with
little bit
no snow
lighter.
falling. How can you show the snowiest city in the
Or at
world
least it
and not have
feels
snow falling?
lighter
But there was
when
a
you're
lot of
holding it.
accumulated snow already. I mean, the snowbanks on the
Wow,
streets
look
were
at that,
already
it's
higher
taller than the
people's heads.
person.
In lots of places, they were easily taller than the vehicles.
My, so cool.
Since it was a sunny day, I made the snap judgment to head right to
Kind
the
of feels
top,
like
to Mount Hakoda,
safer driving
because I
on
figured
roads
I
like
wouldn't
that,
be
because
getting
you'll
any sunny
just
shots
plow right
if my
into
plans
the
for
snow.
snowfall worked out.
Oh my gosh, what is that? Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Wow.
To my delight, chasing the sun worked, and I was able to capture the scenery
That was
under a blue sky.
crazy.
Of course, this lasted all of a minute.
Oh my gosh.
While I was
Wow.
disappointed, the stormy weather totally makes sense. You don't accumulate 13 meters of snow by being nice and sunny all the time. The reality is, the conditions on the mountain are mostly cloudy and windy and snowy. Just look at the trees.
Wow, that's
They are
crazy.
constantly
I think
blasted with wind and snow to form juhyo, or in English,
gosh.
snow monsters. It was amazing how fast the light could change. It felt like it went from the middle of the afternoon to the evening in the span of a few minutes. It wasn't hard to imagine how, in 1902, Japanese army soldiers got lost in a blizzard here, and 109
If you're not
lives
careful,
were
you
lost.
could fall through a lot.
That's why if you go skiing or snowboarding here, a local guide is recommended.
ちょっと無理なんで、どこまで行くの？
本当、東京の人。
東京の人だよ。ちょっと待って、ジーパンで来ちゃったじゃん。
大丈夫、頑張れ。こうやって。If throughout the video you notice Akko walking around oddly, she watched some TV program teaching her how to walk
How to
in
walk
snow.
in snow. Well, you definitely want to distribute your weight.
できるできる。
どこまで行くの？無理だよ。
ここまで。
ほら。
大丈夫。
They're so stressed.
何をしますか?
Wow, look at that. It honestly looks creepy. Wow, look how
On the
beautiful.
way back down, we were able to catch a brief glimpse of the sun setting, which was much more beautiful than this video could even begin to capture.
Give me love, give me all your love, oh, 'cause I want you.
On day 2, to my dismay, it was forecast to rain, not snow. I thought Aomori City would be colder, but for the main city area,
Perfect
it doesn't seem to ever go
igloo
much
area.
below -2 or
Whoop, whoop.
-3 degrees Celsius in the winter, and it often goes into the
Now
plus
that is
ranges during the
cold.
day. So in Fahrenheit, what I'm saying is that the temperature usually hovers
Oh,
around
look at
32
that.
degrees.
Hovers around
just
32
around
degrees.
freezing.
Another
Thus,
scientific
you get a mix
concept
of
that we
rain and
discussed
snow.
in our last
That's
video.
also why a lot of people had
You get a
lightly
lot of
insulated rubber
snow,
boots
not
versus
at
heavily
like
insulated but
negative 4
non-waterproof boots
degrees or
that I was
super
expecting.
freezing temperatures. No,
So
in
while
reality,
these
the
$20
air
boots I
that's
picked up
warmer
at the
can
workwear
hold more
store in
moisture
Tokyo
in
did
it.
unexpectedly
And so
well with
32
the snow and
degrees
ice.
is like
They
perfect
eventually
for
got
getting
soaked through
hit
by
by
the
a
slushy snow I'd
lot
encountered.
of snow, because that warmer temperature really allows for more moisture to be in the air and therefore more snow
Today's
to
main goal during
fall.
the day was to
And
see
so
how the
it's
city buses
really,
handled the
the
snow.
science we explained in our last video is like coming to fruition in the experience of this person. They're kind of describing it.
I asked about special
Super
equipment
cool.
and was surprised to hear that there really is none beyond snow tires. I was
So
expecting
beautiful.
chains, but
Like
that's
when
only for
trees have all
buses
that
going up
snow
the
in it.
mountains.
It's so
Basically,
pretty.
what it feels like is that the priority is on keeping the roads clear.
And I love,
If you
love,
do that,
love
then all the vehicles
purplish,
can
like
operate with
dark
snow
blue,
tires.
purple
If you're not
clouds.
going
I
up the
think they look
mountain,
so cool.
four-wheel drive isn't necessary. I was expecting a bunch of special snow gear inside of people's everyday cars, but nope, not much to talk about. But back to the buses. We were able to score a front seat ride to see how the driver navigated his route into the main station. We arrived at the start of the route a few minutes early, which gave me the chance to check out my surroundings. At the entrance to a Buddhist temple, the signs warned about falling snow from the roofs.
Yes,
Falling snow from
definitely
roofs
be
is in fact a
careful
major
of
cause of deaths
icicles
when it
on
comes
the
to clearing
roof
snow,
and
so you do
snow
have
on
to
the
be
roof.
careful. On some
Wow.
roads, you'll come across wind fences set up to stop drifts of snow from piling up on the roads. And the large amount of snow piled up alongside the road creates snowbanks so big that they narrow the roads. In certain parts of the city, a two-lane road will act more like a single-lane
Oh
one,
my.
and either the bus or the oncoming traffic will have to yield and let the
It's
other
like a
pass.
single lane road now.
Sometimes there's so much snow at the bus stop that a little spot needs to be carved out so that passengers can get on and off.
I would not like that.
Here you can see that the bus stop isn't even cleared. Passengers would just get on and off a little bit past the stop in this case.
This is a really cool video.
This
It's
stretch is
very
one of the
good
narrowest
quality.
along the route. It could get quite bumpy. I think it'd be fair if the city started advertising free massages during bus rides in the winter. You could tell the drivers were used to dealing with the snow, especially the speed at which they'd pass when there was space to do so. The traffic must flow. In some spots, though, it was so narrow that all the drivers could do was slowly pass and trust that their
I would
vehicles
not
wouldn't
like that.
slide into the bus. I was going to say that in the main part of the city, it was cleared more, but if you look at the road, you can see how an entire lane was swallowed up by the snowbank. Over here, the snowbank has only overtaken half the road. I love how the snowbanks are so high near the main bus loop that you can barely see the buses behind it. Upon arrival, I was actually surprised since there was no snow on the ground.
I think
The
it's so
previous night,
pretty.
I had seen that there was a decent accumulation of snow. I only realized just now while editing that the reason the bus loop was clear in the morning is because snow clearing by the city is mainly done at night.
And look at how the road is, at least the other one was, very dry Even this one, you can see it's got like
青森市
a
役所の道路石か雪
mushy,
対策
watery
室長を
snow.
やっております立田と申
So
し
you
ます
can tell that like the
青森市の
temperature of the road is a
雪に関
little
する
warmer.
まあ
Maybe
主に
the
は除排
sun
雪
has
を
hit
やって
the
おり
blacktop
ます昼間
and
は基
caused
本
a
的
little
に
bit
は
of
除雪
the
作業はしま
roads
せん
to kind of
な
melt
ので
a little bit
夜間作業
easier.
をして
And so you're
いて
seeing in the
お
daylight
昼の間は
that the roads are
水分
actually
と
more
って休んで
clear of
という
snow
形
than
で
you
ち
would
ょっと昼夜
expect in the
逆転みた
snowiest
いな
place in the
生
world,
活
you
には
know?
なっていると思います
The snow is
So
accumulated
tonight, we had an appointment with the
extensively
city to watch them clear
on the
snow.
sides of the
And I was
roads, but on the
extremely
road
worried
it's
the
actually
shape would be
way more
ruined
clear.
since it was
You either
forecasted to
have
rain.
mush,
But
like a
snow clearing was necessary, as the
water-based
snowbanks that had built
snow,
up on the side of the
or
roads
you
needed to be
have
broken
no
down and
snow at
hauled
all.
away.
Like, see these
So
areas
whether it
with no
snows or
snow at
not,
all?
there's always snow
And it's
clearing work
because
to
the
do.
blacktop
We
has
started off
a
the night a bit in reverse, where we went to
albedo
one of
that
the snow
allows
dumps along the
it
seaside.
to
I
absorb
never
the
lived in an
sunlight,
area
and
where it was
so
possible
the
or
blacktop
practical
is
to dump
absorbing all
snow in
that
the ocean,
sunlight and
so it was
getting to a
eye-opening for me
warmer
to see.
temperature and then melting the
You'd have small
snow.
little trucks, where the
But
only way to dump the snow was the old school
instead,
way
the
with
snow
the shovel.
itself, like on the sides of the
Then you'd
road,
have
is
bigger
white,
trucks
and
with a
so it
hydraulic
actually
bed that lifts up.
reflects
That still sometimes
the
required
sunlight,
manually
and
having to
because
shovel
of
the
its
snow out.
albedo and
You'd also
its
see one
ability
of
to
the city's
reflect the
snowplows come
sunlight
by and work
and
on
not
rearranging
absorb
the
it,
snow
it's actually
and pushing
not
some of it
melting.
into the ocean.
So the roads are melting relatively quickly, and the piles of
Soon I
snow
would
are
see
not.
even bigger trucks dumping their roads.
I can't believe this. They are dropping
And
all
then
of
the
this.
really big
They are
trucks would come
dropping all of
along
this
and show everyone up.
snow into the ocean. Oh my
So
gosh,
satisfying.
that is really smart. Like, that's
And
a
even though I
great
was
way to
nearly
get
filming,
rid
I saw some
of
situations
snow.
like this where it felt as if
I
I
would
were
have
backed
never
up.
thought of this.
Like you just wanted the snow to come out, but it just wouldn't.
I wonder if we do this in the
It must
United
have been more
States.
frustrating
Like,
for the drivers, as they'd have to get their
that's
shovel out
very
and clear it
innovative, in my
manually.
opinion. Like,
However,
where else
we
are you
had to
gonna
keep
put
things
it?
moving, and thus we're off to our next stop, which was the start of the
When you get
official
that much
nighttime
snow, you know,
clearing
like, where are
at
you
a
gonna
parking
go
lot
with
of a
all
home
the snow?
improvement
Where are you
store.
gonna put it?
ここ
Like, the
ガッ
ocean is the
ツ
easiest.
ガ
You're
ッ
an
ツガッツで
island,
戻って
so
きてこっち入
it
って
makes
こ
so
う来
much
て
sense.
こう戻って今度こっちに入ってくるんで
Wow.
Even though the operation was being done at night so as to minimize the disruption to traffic, the roads were in fact not closed off.
So during the nighttime,
I was
obviously the
surprised with all
snow
the
may
different types of
freeze because
vehicles
the
involved,
temperatures
all with
are
their role to
cooler
play.
at night without
The first
the
that came by
sun
was scraping
heating
the ice and snow from the street,
the air
your
and the
standard snowplow
ground.
tractor.
So you
After
definitely
that,
want to
it
be
was another
careful at
snowplow
night
tractor, but
for
this time it had a
icy
larger and directional
conditions
plow.
that can
こ
cause
の辺
you
り除雪車が
to
止ま
get
る
in
こ
a
とな
car
く回せる
accident.
状態が一番効率がいいです。
Yes, you could always get in a car accident during the day, but also
つまり
during
排
the
泄す
night
る
it's
時
a
間
little bit
が
higher
短くなる
risk because of the
まあ
fact
そこ
that
の
colder
ダンプの調
temperatures
達
may
が
freeze
なかなか難しいんで
ice or water and create black ice and you won't
The
even
dump
see
trucks
it.
are so important to the
Instead,
operation
it'll be
because
super
there's simply
slippery and
no
you'll
way
get in
for the
an
snowplows
accident.
and
So
snow blowers to put the snow. That's why, if you take a look behind the snow clearing equipment, it's dump trucks all the way down.
whoa, this is just so interesting. Like, they're just
This duo of machines work together to clear a
Wow.
smaller side street. I noticed that as the snowplows worked, some residents would get out and start shoveling. This is because the leftover snow in their driveways and sidewalks can freeze fast and be very difficult to clear afterwards. So
They're
even though it
pros.
was past 10 p.m. at night, it was the best time to be tackling the snow left by the plows. So as far as I understand, the crews go out every night, clearing snow wherever their services can best be utilized. If there's a lot of fresh snowfall, the main routes of the city are cleared. When those priority routes are cleared, then the other streets can be cleared, as well as snowbanks. After all that filming, it was time to head home. It felt like I was in another world since I couldn't see the street, accounting for the large snowbanks flanking me on either side. Although I lied, because we were actually returning to a snow dump, this time one that was on land. There are multiple dumps throughout the city. While dumping into the ocean is very
It does seem very
close enough.
convenient.
Over here,
So
it was better
smart.
to make snow mountains on land. And then I really did go to sleep after this. Finally, when I woke up, it was snowing. Even though nighttime is when the city does the majority of its snow clearing, During the day, you'll still see snow clearing equipment operating everywhere. While the city does operate the largest network of roads, the prefecture, which is similar to a state in the US, and national governments also have their own roads and thus their own snow clearing operations. Additionally, private roads and parking lots will be cleared by those individual owners or businesses. During the daytime, I stumbled across a fascinating snow clearing tactic, the temporary blockading of streets.
Wow,
They
look at all that
dump snow at both ends of the
snow.
street in order to create a snow clearing work zone. Residents who are lucky enough to have free time will quickly try and dump their snow into the street so that it'll be taken away, free of charge. This is in fact why the city doesn't post in advance the areas they will clear. A city worker told us that if they did so, residents would just dump tons of snow out into the street, causing problems. One thing that certainly helps snow clearing crews is that there's basically no
on-street parking
So
allowed.
no pesky parked vehicles to
Oh
work
my
around.
gosh, can you imagine?
While all the operators do
I don't
work
think
hard at
we'd
this
be able
job
to
in the winter,
survive in the
this is
US
not their
without
full-time
parking on
job.
the street.
夏場はですね、本業である建設業ですとか、造園業であったり、運送業であったり、そういったものについていらっしゃる方々ばかりですね。夏場はそれで仕事をされているというところです。
So that was a small peek into what my sister-in-law affectionately calls Josetsusha no Machi, Snowplow City.
My
I
goodness.
think I covered so much in this video. There's much more to life.
Super
in the
cool
snowiest
video,
city in
like,
the world.
Getting
So
this
join
kind
me
of
for my next
footage
video
from,
for more
you
fun
know,
in the snow.
record holding snowiest place in the world, like, that's so cool. You don't get to see this every day, so it's pretty unique. You know, I love this video. I think it's really cool. Like, look at that. Come on, man. Well, definitely be sure to subscribe, and you can always do so by clicking on the link in the corner of the screen, and you can also check out other videos from this playlist by clicking on the links as well. So thank you so much, and I'll talk to you all soon.